Episode 3361, How Do You Handle Wins and Losses?
Moms, it's time to rediscover, rejuvenate, and renew who you are in mind, body, and spirit. Welcome to Create Your Now, Your Best Selfie, the show to help you do just that. Here's your host, certified life coach, personal trainer, and nutritionist, Christiane Wargo.
Happy day. I hope you're having a fabulous start to your week. It's Mindset Monday. It's time to get your thoughts in the right place. Remember, we're still doing March Madness. That means you have your Thought Madness bracket. Well, you can go to the show notes, go to createyournow.com, and you can pick those up. The question remains, it's the last day of Thought Madness. How do you handle wins and losses? For those of you who are brand new to Create Your Now, welcome to this incredible family. I'm so delighted of your presence. If you already haven't had the opportunity, you'll want to head on over to createyournow.com, where you can learn more and sign up for the Kisses newsletter, the Keep It Simple strategy, everyday solutions to live, love, and impact. Well, this episode is brought to you by AIM, inspiring connection and community. Okay, so we have a lot going on, and I can make a long list. So first thing, I'm going to try to start actually a newsletter. I know, don't freak out with me, but one way you can do that, go to createyournow.com and sign up for it. Also, we are still on pray.com, right? The app, download it. I'm a featured leader there. Go and look for Christiane, and it'll say Create Your Now, search however you want to, but it's right there. You just scroll just a little bit and you'll see featured leaders, scroll. And know that we're not just the only ones on there. There's some incredible people on there. Dr. Phil's on there. We've got, who's the guy that did Lion King, at the very beginning? Oh, why do I always forget? Oh, James Earl. Yeah, him. Okay. Anyway, names have lost me, but that's okay because I'm here for you, not for names. Anyway, go over there, pray.com. You can sign up there also. You can come, you can follow me, and we can actually have replays. You can see the TV shows and everything, which airs on Tuesday, 10:30 a.m. Central Time. Okay, with that, we have so much to talk about. Are you ready for the solar eclipse? Do you have your glasses? Are you in the heartland of where the solar eclipse is going to land? Maybe you've already watched it or you're listening to this afterwards. I hope and pray you will protect your eyes first and foremost. That is very important. But in that, I also want you to think about your thoughts. Because we've got March Madness. Congratulations to South Carolina, the women who won. So sorry, Iowa. Rooting for you, but man, Clark played a great game. And it's just one of those things where you don't know what you don't know. And that's where we're really talking about here, our wins and losses, right? You've got tonight is the championship, UConn and Purdue. Did you see the men's Final Four? I was traveling for some of it, so I was actually listening to it online. Yes, I'm one of those listeners. I want to hear it. I want to be a part of it. I don't want to watch the rerun. And I was amazed. Alabama should be proud. Seriously. North Carolina State, yes. You guys played some incredible games. But in life, right, there's going to be wins and losses, right? Congratulations to UConn and Purdue. But Alabama and North Carolina State, you're like, what about them? No matter how loud the crowd cheers or how silence feels due to defeat, you can shine regardless of the outcomes. So how do you handle wins and losses? What gets you to the next stage where you can shine for who you are? What gets you to the next stage where you can shine for who you are becoming and where you are going? Seasons, right, come and go. Life ebbs and flows. So at what point do you say, how can I get beyond where I am? Win or loss? As I said before, we've been working through Thought Madness now for, I think, about 4 weeks or so. I've actually lost track. There's been so much going on. If I literally wrote down everything, you'd be like, Christiane, do you even know where your bed is? No, I really don't, because I'm always on the go. I'm going to be on the go again this week, 3 different places within a period of 3 days. Yes. And I've got the granddogs with me, and I get the grandbabies too. But when I look at all of that, right, and we sit here and we factor in our life as what's going on, what needs to move differently for you to get you to that next stage? How has it been, thinking more about what you're thinking about? When you think about Thought Madness, we've gone through it. Have you found yourself not really caring and still doing the same thing? Maybe you're trying to make some changes, but you're flustered with the success up until now. You're like, I just don't know. Life is unfair, yet life is beautiful. Life is full of joy, but it's also destructible. How can you go from one extreme to the other, from a win to a loss, a victory to a setback, or success to failure? Right? Look at UConn and Alabama. Look at Purdue and North Carolina State. One team could only win. One team was guaranteed to lose. Boy, that just sounds depressing, doesn't it? I mean, how can that pick you up on a Monday? It doesn't really feel like that, but that's life, right? We don't always win. Back in my pageant days, did I always win? Nope. In fact, I was always first runner up. Go figure. Don't know why. I do know why, but we'll leave that for another episode. What do you do when you want to get to the other side of where you are? Your thoughts create the patterns of your behavior, which then creates your habits. And those habits involve actions, right? And then what happens is those thoughts repeat themselves. And unfortunately, most of the time, it's the negative ones. You wonder how the top players, you wonder how South Carolina and Iowa got to where they were for the women's basketball. You wonder why? I guarantee you had a lot of mindset. There's a lot of thought madness going on, not just March Madness. I know we're in April now, but they call it March Madness for a reason. There's a lot of thought madness happening. No one gets to the top without fighting for what they're going for. Win or lose. So how can you go from one extreme to the other? Well, if you want to see what happens, whether it's wins or losses, and you want them to be equals, you got to break the cycle. That is your kiss to keep it simple strategy. Break the cycle. Now, I know we're talking a lot about basketball here, but understand, whether or not you like basketball, it doesn't really matter. Because you know me, I'm all about more on basketball with the championship type of stuff, right? March Madness. I don't watch all of it during the regular season, but I do enjoy March Madness. And I've watched it year after year after year, and it's so interesting how some teams can do some repetitive things. And you wonder, well, how did they get to where they are? Some people say, oh, it's the coach. It's the coach. Oh, no. Well, they do these things all the time and they always just get to the top. Really? My friend, I'm telling you, it all starts with the thoughts. Yeah, they got to put the time on the courts. They've got to work individually, but it all starts with the thoughts. And so whether you like basketball or not, maybe this will hit you at a different level. Maybe something will connect, because you see, that's what we do here at Create Your Now, right? This is about taking real life and putting it into application. What does it look like to create your now? How can you walk authentically with who you are and who you are becoming, right? Change is a constant. So if you want to break that cycle of losing, or you want to break that cycle and make the winning better, maybe you want to reach higher than where you've reached. That's awesome. When you win, you got to celebrate and learn. And in basketball, you got to celebrate those victories, right? Acknowledge that hard work. Man, you put in the reps. You did it, right? The teamwork together led to success. Then you analyze what worked well to replicate in the next future games, right? I heard a commentary say something in regards to Clark, and this is on Iowa, from Iowa. She is absolutely an incredible player. And somehow the discussion went, and I'm paraphrasing here, so do not quote me on this. It's all paraphrase. Basically, it was like, well, what happens if you lose? And they're like, well, it's Clarkonomics. That's kind of the thing that they talk about. It's Clarkonomics. And they're like, well, will she ever be known as being so great if she never wins a championship, an NCAA championship? She's broken record after record after record. But somebody's sitting here dangling this little, well, did you win the NCAA women's championship? My friend, that takes a team to win. She's already won her game. But it takes a team to win the championship game, right? So it just drives me crazy that in life we do the same thing. It's like, okay, I can get us so far. If you're working in a company, man, I can get you so far. I can come together. I can rally you up. I can make sure I learn how to train you better and be a better leader. But it's going to take teamwork because we are a team, right? You have to look at things. And sometimes I think we beat ourselves up over the wrong stuff. Some things are just out of your control. Bring it back to the thoughts. If you think you control everything, you better start there. You only control who you see in the mirror. That's it. And my friend, that's you. So when you win in life, right, you got to do the same thing. You got to celebrate those personal achievements. Recognize that the efforts that you put in, right? Maybe you're trying to lose weight and you've lost 5 pounds in 2.5 weeks. Celebrate that. Honor your body. Say, yes, I did it. Everything I did contributed to my loss of 5 pounds, which is really a win, of course. Extract those lessons and say, okay, what can I do to repeat this? Because I've got another 15 more to go. What can I do? Celebrate and learn for the win. Number 2, lose. What happens when you lose? You got to reflect and improve. In basketball, right, you reflect on the reasons for the loss. Maybe the team didn't come together. Maybe there were some rebounds that were missed. Maybe there were a few plays that if they would have tweaked the player here, if they were just a little bit higher, it would have changed the positioning of them on the court. Identify those areas of improvement. Learn from mistakes. Man, if somebody's constantly dropping the ball or if they're missing their shots from the free throw line when they're fouled, maybe they need to be there an hour earlier practicing their free throw shots over and over and over and over again. Use the defeat as motivation to train harder for the next game, right? Reflect and improve. Now look at our lives. Reflect on your failures. Analyze what went wrong, right? You can identify the areas of improvement by opportunities for growth and self-improvement. Where can you personally get better? Remember, you only control the person you see in the mirror. And use those setbacks as a comeback. Stepping stones towards future success. And whether you win or lose, let me tell you, they're both humbling experiences. It brings about humility, right? In basketball, a loss can humble a player, reminding them of the importance of resilience, perseverance, and continuous self-improvement to bounce back stronger. Putting in more reps, getting there earlier, staying there later. And in life, adversity in life serves as a humbling experience, fostering resilience, empathy, and a growth mindset to navigate through challenges with grit and determination. It's saying, I got this. I can't continue to move on. You know, sometimes we're just plain spoiled right now nowadays. Seriously. If you can get a meal in 2 minutes, really? I remember when it took like 30 or 45 minutes. Mom had to prepare things in the kitchen, then she was working on other things. She had to take a phone call, and no, it wasn't on her cell phone. It was connected to a landline, which means she physically had to stand there and talk on the phone until those long phone cords came out. Win or loss, it's a humbling experience. What do you need to take from that? Maybe you've got your ego a little bit too big and you need to tame it down just a bit. What is it for you? Number 4, character building, right? Whether you win or lose, it's going to build your character. When you look in basketball, right? Look at all the players, Sears, Jones, the 2 tall guys, I cannot remember. One I can't even pronounce, starts with a K. They're incredible. One's like 7'2", I think he is. He plays on UConn, I believe. I have to think about all these teams. I know enough to be dangerous on these. Like I said, I don't follow all of them, but I do my best. And when you look at that, right, wins and losses, it molds the player's character. It shapes their sportsmanship, their leadership, their mental toughness, the essentials on and off the court. But in life, same thing, right? Success or failure. It contributes to our personal growth, where you can have characteristics such as resilience, adaptability, one of my favorite ones, that flexibility, right? You got to be flexible in mind, body, and spirit. And you've got to have that determination. And it's vital for navigating life's highs and lows. You don't know what life is going to throw at you. But let me tell you, it brings me to number 5, perseverance and resilience. Because win or lose, you got to persevere and you've got to build resilience. You know, in basketball, facing those ups and downs in the games instills perseverance and resilience in players, teaching them what? To push through the challenges. Maybe they were facing something on the court they didn't know. I can tell you one thing. Alabama's a lot shorter than UConn. I'm talking about height. Overall. But guess what? Man, Nelson had a great dunk over the tall guy whose last name starts with a K, and I will not butcher his name, so I won't even say it. It was incredible. You know that had to boost his confidence. Would you say that Alabama lost? Yeah, by points. But by how they played? Oh, no. They stepped it up. And I bet you that changes their game next year. How they show up on the court. What about you? What if you lost to the best person? The best person, number 1 is UConn. What if you lost to a colleague? Lost to a family member? Lost to a good friend? Somebody else got your pageant crown, whatever it is. Maybe you lost your business. How would you be able to overcome those obstacles? Well, let me tell you, when you are in it to win it, and I'm not talking because you're at the tippy top, I'm talking about you look at your win or loss as a success. Because when you overcome obstacles, it builds a foundation of resilience. It'll teach you to stay strong. You can be what? Adaptable. And flex those muscles a little bit more. And you can persist in the face of adversity and truly achieve your goals and aspirations. You can get to the tippy top. So whether you're playing on the court or dribbling between items on the to-do list, you, my friend, can cultivate a mindset of continuous growth. That means you're always changing. And when you're always changing, what? You got to learn to be adaptable. That ball's going to come at you at all different directions. So does life. And then you got to be determined that, you know what? I'm in it. I'm going to pursue the success that's written by me in how I show up. No one can be you, my friend, but you. You're fearfully and wonderfully made. Show your own stuff and shine bright. So let me ask you this. As we bring Thought Madness to a close, which actually I've had a lot of fun with it, quite frankly, it has made me think. And I like thinking outside the box. I like bringing things to you all that's different and unique, something that's going to be a little more sticky. Right? And the next time, whether we do Thought Madness again, I'm probably actually going to open it up and put it on our website so you can just download the whole series, but probably give me a month. I'm being honest. We've got the website under construction right now. We're trying to get the TV shows up and running the way I want them. I'm not just throwing them up there like the YouTube channel. Like, I want it done right. And we're being able to bring something to you that I am so excited about. So excited. We can communicate without having to be on social media. And that doesn't mean you have to have my email address. I'm telling you, it's going to be awesome. But we've had some good things and bad things. We figured it out. Now we're trying to not perfect it, because it's never going to be perfected, but make it where it's very user-friendly. So you can come into it, and then I got to learn it too, because I want to be there with you. I want to walk with you in your everyday. Hence, create your now. So as we move away from Thought Madness, how are you going to continue to propel yourself forward in this? How are you going to control your thoughts? Well, one, I would love to encourage you to come and join AIM. The doors are going to be opening soon. I was really hoping sooner rather than later, but life happens and it just does. And so just stay tuned here. I promise you will be the first to know. It'll be right here and you will not want to miss it. But I do want to leave you with this. Be sure to have some self-reflection times and that self-examination, and make it often. Not like, oh, I'm going to just wait till Christiane brings it up. Now, yeah, we're going to have a great book coming out here pretty soon. Oh, yeah, another teaser. It's going to be exciting. And you're going to want your own copy so you can mess it up, literally, because it's going to be all about you. There you go. I'll leave it at that. But you've got to make time for that self-reflection, that self-examination that says, who am I and who am I becoming? Do I like the person I see in the mirror? Keep your goals in check, my friend, and your actions tamed. Yeah, be very careful. Sometimes we can get ahead of ourselves. But you know what? I believe in you. And if you're not sure, borrow a little bit of my belief, because I truly believe you got this. Go in peace. Be present. Be incredible. Be you. I love you so very much. I cannot wait to see you on the other side. Blessings, hugs, and lots of love. We'll talk to you real soon. Have a glorious, blessed day. Bye-bye.
Feeling inspired, ready to train for life and love your journey? Visit createyournow.com for more incredible resources to help you along the way. We'll see you next time on Create Your Now, Your Best Selfie. And remember, always be sure you consult your physician before beginning any health and fitness plan.